Oh goodness, looks like my CPU usage is going to be through the roof once again. Let me check. Yes. Yes, thank you, Osu, for destroying my computer. Anyway, welcome. Domo, you can't be cheering for the other guy, come on. Anyway, hope y'all are doing well today. Our match today is going to be between Falcon and Domo. So this, let me pull up the bracket. This is losers round 2, so whoever losers round 1, which is round 2, which is in the round 2 map pool, if that makes sense. So whoever gets eliminated from this match is eliminated from the tournament, so there's a lot at stake. No pressure to the players, of course. Got, let's go over our players. So, Falcon is seed 8, and Domo is seed 5. So this is seed 8 versus seed 5. Yeah. I already discussed these two players in previous matches. If you wanna more of an overview on them, you can check past stream VODs. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I don't want to keep our players waiting, so let's just jump right into the festivities, shall we? Excuse me? Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Proceed with rolls. Yeah, my computer is not having a good time, so, sorry about any frame drops or anything that might happen. Falcon, you're only gonna tell Domo what to target ban. Alright, let's see. Domo is going to roll 18. It's your turn, Falcon. 2 more than last time. You remembered your last roll? Oh my goodness. Alright, so for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, because I know there are a couple of you, this is an OSU tournament that I am hosting over the summer that will go into July. Kind of a passion project of mine. You can check more information on the spreadsheet over there, linked in the chat. And I'll be going over, I guess, a little bit of basics of how OSU tournaments work as we go through this match, or as much as I can explain. Choose whether pick first or second. Chooses pick first or second. Do y'all want warm-ups? Okay, so Falcon elects to pick second. Alright. Ban first, says Domo. Alrighty. Y'all want to warm up. Okay, so Domo wants to get right into it. Okay. Alright, so before the gameplay actually starts, each player will ban a certain number of maps from the pool, preventing them from being picked. They will usually try to ban into their opponent's preferences or what they're weak at. So we'll see what our players ban here. I know exactly what Domo's going to ban, so... I'm just waiting for him to say it. Hidden 3 is gone. So Hidden 3 is a spicy map that I put in, kind of as a gimmick. It's very hard to play. I feel like overall it is the hardest map in the pool that's not the tiebreaker, so definitely makes sense that he banned it. And definitely a good ban for Domo going into Falcon, because Falcon is better at reading hidden than Domo is. So getting one of the hidden maps out of the way is going to basically remove one of Falcon's basically free points. And Falcon gets rid of Hard Rock 3, which also makes sense. Target banning one of Domo's biggest strengths, which is high AR. I would have personally banned Hard Rock 1, because Hard Rock 3 has more variance, and if you're weak at a skill set, you want to leave maps open that are high variance, so that your opponent tries to pick them, and then they can just randomly miss, and you can get a point if you're lucky, basically. But Hard Rock 3 is not a bad ban, for sure. Alrighty, Falcon. Wait, no, Domo, your first pick. 1v1 Sakura only friendships allowed. Do you know this song, Taco? Or are you just making a no items Fox only Final Destination joke? DT3 is your first pick? Oh my god. Okay, so I talked to Domo before the match and I'm like, and he's like, I'll just pick all the meme songs first, and I'm like, there are no meme songs in this map pool, so you're out of luck. But then I was like, does Lily Pichu count as a meme? Nice warm up. Nice warm up. No warm up. Wait, is Falcon expecting a warm-up? Okay, Smash reference, gotcha. Alright, any Lily Pichu fans in chat, says Domo. Please make some noise. Also, make some noise for your favorite player. I know we got some Falcon sweeps in chat, but this is the warm-up. Okay, so Falcon wasn't expecting a warm-up. But yeah, make some noise for your favorite player, cheer on your favorite players as they go into this first very spicy pick. So, our two players are wasting no time getting right into the action. This is DT3. So, for those of you who are, for those of the uninitiated, essentially, OSU tournaments will give a map pool to players to practice, and that map pool consists of maps that they can leverage throughout the match. There's nothing for the first 150 combo, by the way, so I'm not going to commentate over this. This is just easy, free combo. So, Osu consists of various gameplay modifications that you can use to change your gameplay experience. So in tournaments, there will be specific parts of the map pool dedicated to each of those modifications. So the first pool is no mod, which is basically you play without any modifications, and those are usually the most straightforward maps in the pool. Then we have hidden, which means that the notes will fade out before you have to hit them, which makes it hard for those players who are not hidden mains to follow along. Then we have hard rock, which makes everything about a map harder. Flips the map vertically, makes the circles smaller, makes the circles fly in faster, makes it harder to get good accuracy. And then we have this, the DT pool, or double time, which speeds up the map by 1.5 times. And usually, double time maps test your ability to play high BPM. This is kind of an atypical one in that respect, in that this DT3 is an alt map, which means that you're encouraged to play with both fingers because the BPM is way too fast to single tap. Falcon's going to find his first break though, but built up quite a bit of combo lead before that. Domo broke in the slow section, I think. But Falcon's accuracy is really going to hurt him right now. As they keep trading back and forth, accuracy is going to be a big factor in this. Because if no one can build up a combo, then accuracy is going to take over. 30% of your score in Score V2 is accuracy after all. And when combos are this low, we can see comebacks even if one person built up a lead in the very beginning. And we're seeing the score bar flicker back over to Domo as Falcon breaks once again. 75% accuracy. Both players with C ranks, but Domo very, very slightly in the lead here because of his massive accuracy advantage. And it looks like Domo is going to secure this advantage going into the last stretches of the map. Yeah, 50k lead, 60k lead, and climbing finally does break, but it's too little too late. The accuracy advantage is 10% now. Falcon really just could not find his rhythm in this first pick, and it's going to cleanly go over to Domo, who takes the first point of this match. The cooldown pick indeed. So as you can see, even though Falcon had a higher max combo, it wasn't by enough to overcome the accuracy discrepancy that these two players experienced. But still within expectation. Falcon still has his next pick coming up. You are expected to win on your own picks, so as long as you can win on your own picks, you will at least make it to tiebreaker. Winning on your opponent's picks is called a breakpoint, and a breakpoint signifies a shift in momentum in the sets, since you won on your opponent's pick and then you get to pick next. So the advantage goes over to you very cleanly. That's not what's happening right now, so still remains to be seen what Falcon has up his sleeve. It seems like he's probably going to try to hit and abuse Domo to some extent and then probably pick mechanics. Hidden one, of course. We've got Sozo Forest. Any Kagero Project fans in chat? I only found out that this was a Kagero Project song, like yesterday. So Hidden 1 is the aim pick of the Hiddens, usually consists of some patterns that have like awkwardly angled jumps. Or even in some hidden ones, there are a lot of like weird streams thrown in, or like bursts or streams thrown in. Hidden ones basically like it tests your ability to hit awkward patterns, awkward aim, slightly awkward aim. That hidden accentuates the difficulty of. So we'll see how our two players fare on this hidden map as they get into the Hidden 1 pick. Also, we can't let the Alien Blinding Light 6.78%. Oh man, hopefully we don't get a repeat of that. I feel like he enjoys us memeing on his throwing, so I will not condone that behavior. No idea what that is, but it's a banger because it's Yuiko. Yes, I love Yuiko. So Domo, one of his biggest weaknesses is hidden. He did bottom scored the hidden one in qualifiers, so Falcon is looking to leverage that advantage of his going into this hidden one pick. Has reportedly said that hidden feels like no mod for him. But we'll see if he can put up a good combo on this. Both players are relatively even right now. Domo actually with the AC advantage. We'll see. Oh, and Falcon breaks as well. Both players are going to break on the little bursts here. Bursts and streams are harder to hit with hidden because it's easier to lose track of where you are in the burst. See massive AC drops from Falcon, 87%. This pick, it looks like it's going to be backfiring on him as he breaks again. Domo was questioning what a hidden was, but it looks like he does have a pretty clear advantage right now. As we approach the halfway point of the map, Domo is going to break though, and the accuracy has stabilized. Domo found a lot of AC drops in that section, so Falcon to the combo lead. We'll see if he can bring this back. Another slow section. It's going to favor Falcon, allow him to build his combo back up, but his accuracy is really suffering even in these slow sections. 91% versus 94.24%, and it looks like the tourney client does not want to cooperate today. See if our players can hit these next few streams. Falcon does break once again. That's going to hand the advantage right back over to Domo. Breaking at the halfway point is the worst place that you can break. It doesn't affect the players too much right now because both players have found a couple of breaks of their own. But usually breaking around the halfway point means your combo is hard capped, and so you can't get over a certain threshold of score. Domo is going to break immediately on absolutely nothing at the start of the next chorus. Falcon back with the combo lead, but can't get that accuracy up, and he breaks once again, under-aiming that pattern. Maybe a little bit of misread there because of the hidden. But yeah, Domo seems to have a commanding lead on this hidden right now, despite not even playing the mod. Falcon, you can't let your opponent get away with this. You gotta practice your own math, man. Domo holding that 3% accuracy lead into the breakdown section over here. Both players assessing all of these awkwardly timed patterns. It looks like this is going to be a break point at the end of it. Both players will trade once again, and that's going to be it. There's no more score left to build in this map, and Falcon's accuracy is way too low to mount any sort of comeback right now. Looks like the reverse sweep, Falcon reverse sweep is not going to happen as he loses his first pick. Forfeits the first breakpoint to Domo. 60k victory for Lazy Domo on the right over here on a pick that he wasn't expected to win on at all. You can feel pretty good about that performance. Falcon just could not get that accuracy up to any reasonable amount throughout the map, and that cost him the map. Oh my god, Domo picked it. Let's fucking go. We've got Nomod 3, Omoide Illumination. Also one of the hardest maps in the pool, despite being only 4.36 stars. Some of these patterns are completely fucked up, and we'll see if our players can even attempt to hit those today. Looks like the music is causing a bit of static. Looks like all players are ready. So, Nomod 3 is normally supposed to be an alt map, but I decided this week I wanted to be a little bit more experimental with it. Yeah, the music is stuttering. Hopefully that doesn't carry over. This map is very fun, but also pretty difficult if you lack the aim control necessary to play it, which is what this map is going to test. Starts off pretty easy, pretty unassuming, and then the chorus will hit you with some of those fucked up patterns. We'll see how many of those our players can hit today. Falcon immediately drops down to 80% accuracy. Handing over the early lead to Domo. You can kind of see remnants, like little traces of that aim control requirement with those awkwardly spaced singles right before the sliders, but it's going to get even worse as the map progresses. Falcon is going to find a break on absolutely nothing. That's not going to help him. Falcon is going to also break on the little aim control section there as well. Meanwhile, Domo's hitting absolutely everything, but misses immediately as I say that commentator's curse. But Domo built up a 200 combo beforehand and has a commanding accolade once again. Falcon really struggling on this. Domo breaks again. It's not going to matter just yet unless Domo keeps breaking and Falcon doesn't, but that's not what's happening right now. All these patterns, they're so disjointed. The singles and sliders are so awkwardly placed that you're bound to miss on one of them eventually, especially in a tournament setting. Domo has done a very good job of hitting a lot of them. So has Falcon, honestly. You can tell that they've maybe practiced this. Well, actually, Domo, I think, is sight reading this. Or might be sight reading this. Combos are equivalent, though. Falcon does have a 10% accuracy deficit. Not going to help him at all. He's going to need to see a break from Domo and then just try to combo game the fuck out of him. But with the next course coming up with the more of that same aim control, he's going to need to play out of his mind. And he misses immediately on the aim control. Domo is building up a massive 400 combo though, oh my goodness. What's up, Aoyan? But Domo's going to slider break. On absolutely nothing. It's all the aim control and then slider breaks on a random slider. Kind of been the theme of this map for him. But it's not going to matter. Even with the act drops, he still holds a very hefty, I think this is 8% accuracy lead. Just about. To get into the last section of this map. Domo breaks again. He has a 100k lead. Is it going to be enough time for Falcon to combo game this? But he hasn't shown that he can combo game this. Falcon consistently missing on all the hard parts of this map. And Falcon breaks on absolutely nothing once again. I think that is going to do it. The lead is basically insurmountable now. It's almost 100k. And Falcon once again does not have the accuracy to mount the comeback. This was Domo's pick after all, so he was going to be more comfortable on it. But Falcon's going to need to find his footing fast, or this match is going to slip out of his control. Both players really struggling with the increased spacing in the ending. But at the end of the day, Domo's going to get the last lap here. Just about a 90% play. And more than enough to take down Falcon on his own pick. Thank you for picking this, by the way, Domo. And yeah, that is going to be the map 100 and almost 110k of difference between the two players right now. Domo finally finding that combo advantage that he's been looking for, and man, did it pay off. Once again, comeback is not impossible for Falcon in this situation, but he's really going to need to find that inner Super Saiyan within him. Just win his own picks and then steal some of Domo's picks. And the longer the match goes on, just hope that his stamina holds up. And Hidden 2 is going to be picked. The aim Hidden 2 of the match, of the map pool. So Hidden 2 is usually reserved for low approach rate maps. It's usually approach rate 8, which is much slower than you're used to. So the circles will fade out much in advance of when you actually need to hit them, which is going to pose problems for those players who are not used to playing this style of map. But when Hidden 2 is aim-based, it opens up the door for combo gaming. So even if you can't precisely time the circles, if you can at least aim them, you can combo your way through it. And I kind of picked this because I wanted to encourage people to pick Hidden 2, because I always pull fun Hidden 2s and they never get picked because no one likes to play them. And so I did everything in my power. To make this Hidden 2 as pickable as possible. Make it aim, make it Toho. Because everyone loves Toho, right? So anyway, Falcon said that he did practice this map. Let's see if that practice is going to pay off. Domo, once again, not a hidden player. So we're going to expect to see him act drop a lot in the beginning, and both players are actually going to act drop here. Falcon is going to miss on the awkward aim, so is Domo. Both down at 50% accuracy. Oh my goodness. Maybe the aim Hidden 2 was not the wave. We're going to get into these wide-angled, awkward jumps. And both players... Well, yeah, I think both players mistimed that little 5 burst there. I think the challenge is going to just be keeping in mind that this map is only 135 BPM, so it's very, very slow. And we're seeing Falcon not really being able to adjust that. See his accuracy bar at the bottom. If you can see that accuracy bar at the bottom, he's hitting a lot of notes early. Thanks for the follow, Gozerian. Appreciate the support. But accuracy be damned, both players are holding a combo, and Domo is the one to miss. Despite having the AC lead, if Falcon can just push this over maybe the 3/4 point of the map, might be enough to bring this back. But can they aim all of these awkward slow jumps? Falcon is going to break, but so is Domo. Now accuracy is going to play again. But Domo continues to break. That accuracy lead might not be enough. Domo drops down to 80%. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough. The accuracy are way too close now. So Falcon's early accuracy advantage is going to... Not early accuracy advantage. Early combo advantage. Comboing over half of the map is going to come into play. That is the last thing that's going to play in the end, and both of them completely misread those stacks. It's not going to matter. Falcon will get a point on the board, but those are all the hidden maps, so Falcon's going to have to look elsewhere for inspiration following this point, which was a very, very strong point from him, by the way. Finally getting his footing in the match, putting down a 100k win of his own, essentially. Hell yeah. Yeah, baby! I don't know how to do the moist critical voice. And Domo says he got lost in the sauce. That's what happens on Hidden 2s. No Mod 4 is coming out. The tech pick. Duplication. Alrighty. So I don't know how Falcon is at tech at this stage. Duplication is much, much harder than the tech maps that we've seen so far in the tournament, both in terms of qualifiers and round 1. Thanks for the constant posture checks and hydrates. Really appreciate the reminders. Alrighty. Try the woo. I'm trying to do it in like the deadpan way that Moist Critical does it, but I just can't. I'm not good at doing voice impressions. You'd have to ask my friends Starry or Adam, also known as Rayman Fan 95, if you want to see some spicy voice impressions. Anyway, tech maps, most of the difficulty comes from essentially just awkward patterns, mostly centered around sliders, and Falcon is going to break immediately. As you can see, there are a lot of buzz sliders, kick sliders, awkwardly shaped sliders that you have to hit. Usually accompanied by a lot of bursts as well. This map isn't like too bursty, I would say. Just a lot of triples. Both players getting lost in the sauce here, but Falcon is really tanking right now. Once again, the accuracy disadvantage that Falcon has in this matchup is really going to come back to haunt him. Even if the combos are equal, Falcon just can't get that accuracy up. And it's impeding his score gain so much. Get into the next section here. Falcon showing a lot of discomfort on this 80% accuracy. Domo, on the other hand, is just getting his footing. Just getting started on this map, really. Has recovered from those early breaks and is back up at 91%, while Falcon is down at 82.5%. This looks like it might be over, unless a miracle happens. In order to bring this match back, Falcon is eventually going to have to win on Domo's picks, and if they go like this all the time, then Falcon's got a real uphill battle to climb. And yeah, just breaks again and again on these tech patterns. At the end of the map, Domo's going to come in with a commanding almost 300k victory if he can combo the rest of this. Getting over 400k. His best performance in the match thus far. This finally slider break, but has put forward 470k on the tech map, which is more than enough to get the W. Yeah, Falcon's really gonna have to dig deep here. Really got to think about what maps he still has an advantage on. And after that hit in one pick, those maps are growing. That pool of maps is growing shorter by the minute, and picking DT into Domo here. Yeah, I mean his choices are pretty limited, so if he's comfortable on this, and this could be as good of a pick as any. DT1 is the aim pick of the DTs. It's usually going to be how can you read high-ish AR at high BPM and still aim jumps on top of that. We're going to see how our two players do here. But this DT is pretty high star rating for the pool, though that's going to favor Domo, I would say. But Domo did underperform in DT in the qualifiers. I don't remember exactly how he did in DT. In the previous match. I don't know, maybe Falcon's got something up his sleeve. Maybe he's like, yeah, I know Domo's gonna choke on DT again, so. We'll take a look at what happens here as we get into our DT1. This is 184.5 BPM, not too high. It'll get higher later. But still higher than most things in the pool, so we're going to see if our two players can hit all these patterns. Falcon is not going to be able to hit that slider, though. Breaks on absolutely nothing. Maybe nerves are getting to him in this match. Once again, the accuracy advantage early on goes very emphatically in favor of Domo here. 9% accuracy lead and climbing. Falcon breaks once again, and yeah, picking skill cap mechanics into someone who's more experienced with like harder maps where the approach rate is this high by default. Yeah, this screams of a desperation pick, and it's not working out for Falcon right now. Going into the first chorus with no combo, while Domo has 300 combo. And also respectable accuracy on top of that. Falcon's gonna break on the burst. Gets off the burst too early, I imagine. Meanwhile, Domo is just cruising on to the lead. 96.7% accuracy FC. We'll see if he can keep this up. Falcon is really just going to need a miracle here. He's behind this much on his own pick. Again, Domo breaks on absolutely fucking nothing in the slow section. It's going to give a little bit of a window of opportunity to Falcon, but Falcon needs to see more mistakes from Domo. At this point, his accuracy is not going to be able to cut it. He needs to combo game. He needs to tap into his inner combo gamer. Falcon still with slight combo lead, but Domo with the commanding accuracy lead, 97% on this. Showing absolutely no problems on any of these little speedy bursts here, or any of the speedy aim. Falcon's going to break and that's going to seal it up. That is a break way past the halfway point of the map. There's no more combo left to build that can really contest this accuracy lead and combo lead that Domo has built up. We're going to be seeing a landslide victory from Domo once again on his opponent's pick. And this stuff like this is part of the reason why I call Domo the wild card of the tournament, the dark horse, honestly. Because you just don't know what to expect from him. One day he could be like number 6 on DT1 in qualifiers, and the next day he just decides to get 700k on DT1 in round 2, completely eclipsing Falcon on this pick. My goodness, what a score from Domo. Falcon did put up a fight. Did get about a 300 combo of his own, but just not enough to contest. And Domo would have FC'd that if it weren't for that slider break. He just had one slider break on absolutely nothing. That is scary to think about. That Domo can just like pull out an FC out of his hat, basically. His endless bag of tricks, as we discussed in the J Karate match. Hard Rock won, just to put an exclamation mark on this match. As I discussed in the previous match featuring Domo, Hard Rock is definitely going to be one of his advantages. Domo perfectly capable of playing and reading high approach rates that Hard Rock brings due to his experience once again with those harder maps that he goes on. He goes for passes for. And Falcon hasn't really shown that level of mastery on Hard Rock. These Hard Rock picks were always going to go over to Domo. So continually losing his own picks to then get shoehorned into this. Domo was saving this for the match point, basically. Thanks for the posture check and hydrate once again. Yeah, Domo is actually popping off. He's playing so well today. And I don't think he actually practiced the map pool that much. Which is the scariest part. We're going to see how these two players fare on Hard Rock. Falcon seems to be having a lot of trouble adjusting his slider velocity with Hard Rock. Hard Rock also does make sliders a little bit more uncomfortable to hit. Meanwhile, Domo having absolutely no problems with it despite the 89% accuracy. Confuzzulator confirming that Domo only practiced tiebreaker. Side read 700k on DT1. What a score. Just Domo things, I guess. Both players are going to reset combo here, but Domo is going to have the last laugh here. Once again, as has been happening all match, Domo has commanding accuracy lead over Falcon. So he can afford a couple breaks here and there, especially since Falcon keeps breaking. Just can't find his footing on this Hard Rock. And this is a pretty long map too, 3 minutes and 38 seconds. So while there is room for Falcon to kind of combo game his way back, the discomfort that he's showing in the opening sections is not going to bode well for him, because it only gets harder from here. And Falcon's already calling it, unfortunately. And seems like it's not his day today. Did put up a very good fight on some of these picks. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, throwing away too many picks to Domo. That hidden one, I feel like, could have been his. But maybe nerves got the better of him. He put up a very good score on hidden 2. But just couldn't, like, find his footing on any of Domo's picks, continually breaking gear. Doesn't seem like Domo's very comfortable with this either, honestly. Maybe the jump from AR 9.8 to AR 10 is, like, more significant than I thought. But still having a better time than Falcon on this. And as we approach the halfway point with neither player with any combo to speak of, but Domo with that 100k lead, looks like the Falcon sweep dream is over. But props to Falcon for showing up in this tournament, in his very first tournament. Putting up a good fight on a lot more picks than I think a lot of us would expect. First round put up I think like 600k on the Nomad 1. Would have given anyone a run for their money. Just had the misfortune to run into Tournament Titan, that is Aoyan, round 1, and then in this match, I feel like the pool got a little bit too hard for him. He got a little bit outscaled by Domo here. But at the end of the day, once again, props to Falcon for showing up, biting the bullet for that tournament experience, and we'll hope to see him back in the next iteration of, well, I guess, Wishes tournaments. Because I might not want to wait another year for the next Summer Cup. I might do something in the winter, and I hope whatever tournament or show match that I host, that he shows up again. Comes back stronger. That means that Falcon is out of the tournament now. Say GG's to both our players. And yeah, good luck to Domo moving on to the next round. And hope to see Falcon back in future iteration of these tournaments. Do y'all want to play the tiebreaker? And we finally get our first Team Blue victory on stream. It's not a seed upset, it's just the way that Loser's Bracket works, so. But we finally get to see the blue circle, which is nice. Thank you, Domo. Alright. So both players want to play the tiebreaker. Just for fun. Just for funsies. So, the tiebreaker in a map pool is always going to be played when a match reaches 5-5, or I guess, when both players are at match point. So, instead of one player picking the last map, this map will be played automatically, and the tiebreaker is usually the hardest map in the pool that tests as many skill sets as possible. So, if you notice that each of the picks that I put in the pool had like a specific skill set that they emphasized. Like, for example, that hidden 2 was about how well you can read low AR, that hidden 1 was how well you can aim awkward patterns, Nomad 4 is tech, Nomad 5 is speed, how well you can hit high BPM bursts, stuff like that. I won't go too much into the technical details of it, but basically you can just think of a tiebreaker as wrapping up the whole pool in one nice little package and testing a level above what the rest of the pool is actually going to be. So the pool's average difficulty was about 4.7 stars, I would say. This map is 4.82 stars. Normally tiebreakers go a little bit above that, but this map does not test conventional skills, so it is a little bit underrepresented in terms of star rating. We'll see the hard section come in shortly. Both players rocking about 200 combo, pretty equivalent going in. Once again, Domo with the accuracy advantage. But breaks on absolutely nothing. That accuracy is going to keep him afloat for now, but going into the hard part now. He's going to want Falcon to break immediately on this tech section right here. As you can see, every time we get into the chorus, there are these wild slider patterns. Kind of representative of what you would normally see in kind of a No-Mod 4 style map, with all these crazy sliders traveling, overlapping on each other. Falcon is going to hit all of them though, and claims the lead with the first decisive combo advantage of the entire match. Looks like he was saving his juice for the tiebreaker. Oh my goodness, could this be the Falcon tiebreaker sweep? Falcon still with the combo advantage, and Domo has dropped down to 89%. That accuracy advantage is diminishing by the minute, so combo is going to play. And Falcon is going to break 100k here as we approach the halfway point. After that early break of his, we get into this aim control section. You thought you were done with this after No Mod 3, huh? No, you're not. They're back again, and Falcon hits all of them. Meanwhile, Domo has broken once again. On the only map that he practiced too. What is going on? Practice causes mind block? The no practice method? Does it actually work? Falcon breaks on absolutely nothing though! Oh my god, and that's exactly halfway through. Window of opportunity back to Domo, given how hard these courses are, and Domo's the one to hit them perfectly this time. Looks like the script has flipped entirely. Falcon accuracy continues to tank, but Domo is going to break his combo. That was a crucial combo. He needed that combo to come back and... Oh wait, never mind. That was a Bancho break. That was a Bancho break. Domo didn't actually break. Thanks, tournament client. So Domo might actually bring this back at the end, but he needs something that can contest Falcon's 850 combo from earlier. And it looks like Domo is going to break on the little space stream over there. Falcon trades it out, but is that going to be enough? It is a 40k lead. Domo breaks once again. The 40k lead in Falcon's favor, but it's a 3% accuracy lead in Domo's favor. When the combos are this low, once again, accuracy is going to play. But since the accuracies are going to be so low, how much are they going to actually affect things? Is Falcon going to sweep the tiebreaker against Domo? Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Falcon decided to take off the kid gloves. He's like, you know, I could have played better, but I let you win on some of those, and I'm gonna prove it. Sliders only get crazier in the last section, and both players are gonna trade it out. No FCs going into the last chorus here. And both players once again trading breaks after that buzz slider. And it's not going to be enough. That accuracy difference from Domo is not going to be enough. This Falcon is going to be the one to take this tiebreaker in a very, very clean win, I would say. That early 850 combo from Falcon, comboing through half of the map pretty much exactly. We'll see the exact combo count once our players are done, but oh my god. Look at that. Accuracy be damned. Falcon is gonna go out with a fucking bang here. getting half combo on tiebreaker and beating Domo. My goodness, he was saving up for this. The Falcon tiebreaker special. So I guess last round the mantra was don't let Gutrun go to tiebreaker. I feel like the right statement should have been don't let Falcon go to tiebreaker. And it looks like the distraction method actually removed all of Falcon's nerves and he played like super well because of that? Question mark? What is going on? It's the strat to not pay attention, I suppose so. But yeah. So, Domo will be losing... Domo will be losing... No. Domo did not lose. Domo will be moving on to Finals Weekend in Losers Round 2. The real Losers Round 2, not the shitty captions that the tournament client puts on the matches. So this is Losers Round 2. He'll be facing the loser of, I believe... Domo versus Meow? Let me check the bracket on Challenge, because that is the source of truth. Yeah, he will be facing off against the loser of Domo versus Meow, so which is also going to be a very hype match that you won't want to miss. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's actually going to be the last match of the round. Oh my god. The hype's going to be through the roof for this. We saved the best for last. Of course, the closest seeding pairings, Gutrun and Gozerian, and Domo versus Meow are both going to be end of Friday and Saturday afternoon. So hope to see you there. Don't miss them. And as the schedule indicates, we will also be showcasing Aoyin versus J Karate tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern. So also don't miss that. Hope to see you all back tomorrow. Once again, thanks to the players for playing. Congrats to Domo for moving on. Shoutouts to Falcon for stepping up in his first tournaments. And yeah. We'll see if there's anyone to raid right now. Yep. Thanks for being here. Flutterbug? Flutterbug. What's our... Okay. Yeah, I know exactly what the... I know exactly what the adventure's gonna be. Let me pull up her stream first, so I don't get ad braked. Or ad is it ad braked or ad broken? Anyway, see y'all later.